Find the volume of the rectangular prism. To find the volume of a prism, we need to start out by writing down the formula for the volume of a prism. The volume of a prism, V, is equal to the area of the base times the height. Here, B is the area of the base of our prism, and H is the height of our prism. Now let's take a look at the base of this prism. Here, we can identify this rectangle as one of the bases of our prism. That means that this rectangle can be the other base. Great! Now both of these bases are rectangles, and they have the same area. Well, what's the area of a rectangle? The area of a rectangle is found by taking the length times the width of the rectangle. So to find the area of the base, or the area of that rectangle, we can simply take L times W, the length times the width. So instead of writing B, the area of the base, we can write the length times the width, since that is the area of a rectangle, and our base is a rectangle. So now we have that the volume is equal to the length times the width times the height. Great! Now let's look back through our rectangular prism and identify the length, the width, and the height. Let's start with the length. Remember, this is the length of our base. And here is one of our bases, this rectangle right here. Now we have this measurement and this measurement on that rectangle. The length of a rectangle is the longer side. Here, the longer side measures 9 yards. So that means L, our length, is equal to 9 yards. Now for W, the width. This is the width of the base. And since this is already the length of our base, this shorter side must be the width. So W is equal to 6 yards. Perfect. Finally, H, the height of our rectangular prism. The height of a prism is the distance between the two bases. Again, here is one of our bases, and here is the other. Now the height is the distance between them, this length right here, 4 yards. So H is equal to 4 yards. Now that we have these values for the length, width, and height, let's take those values and plug them into our formula. So we have that the volume of our rectangular prism is equal to the length, which is 9, times the width, which is 6, times the height, which is 4. So all we need to do to get the volume of this rectangular prism is solve this equation. To do that, all we need to do is take those three numbers and multiply them together. So we need to take 9 times 6 times 4. When we take those three numbers and multiply them together, we get 216. That is the volume of this rectangular prism, 216. But remember, volume is a measurement, so in our answer, we need to write units. To find out what those units are, let's look back at our formula. To find the volume, we took the length times the width times the height. If we look at those values over here, we took 9 times 6 times 4. Now, not only did we multiply the numbers together, but we're multiplying the units together as well. So we need to take yards and multiply it together 3 times. When we do that, we get yards cubed. So now we have the volume of this rectangular prism. The volume of the rectangular prism is 216 yards cubed.